Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2018 with MADDØG.
Hey, what's up?
Alrighty, so how'd you get started in the world of music?
How I got started? Well, professionally DJing, I kind of started because I didn't see any women DJing. You know, I have enjoyed dance music all my life, but I never saw a woman DJ until I kind of started doing it and met fellow female DJs. But I kind of started because I was like, hey, where are the ladies at, basically? Like, where are my ladies? So I started DJing, and it kind of just like, it wasn't really something that I was like, it's not what I went to school for. It's not, you know, something I envisioned myself doing, but it kind of just like took off, and I'm not mad about it.
Awesome. So it says in your bio that you moved a lot growing up. Do you feel this helps with your music and performances? Because we know like you have a different sense of fashion, you've grown up different places and been influenced by different cultures. So do you feel that has helped you with your musical taste and talent?
Yes, that is a wonderful question. Yes. So I was born in Atlanta, and then I moved all around Florida. I lived in suburbs of Chicago and Detroit. So back in the 90s, when you drove around, you listened to the radio, right?
Yeah.
So back when people listened to the radio. So I remember every place I lived in, their, you know, pop or like, you know, norm radio station played something different. So like, I lived in Chicago, like I remember hearing like Gangster's Paradise by Coolio on the radio. And then I moved to Florida, late 90s, you know, I hear stuff like Alice DJ, Eiffel 65, Sandstorm, and then like the whole 90s Latin wave hit with like
Enrique Iglesias and
Mark
Lopez,
Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, so that was super huge. So that totally really influenced like how I play, because I love all sorts of music. You know, I love Latin, Brazilian, I love hip hop, I love old school trance and electro and Sandstorm. Like, I love that stuff. So yeah, it definitely has totally shaped who I am as a person and what I play.
I mean, I grew up with all that too. So yeah, I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah, 90s kid, Jock Jams. Jock Jams totally is a banger.
Yeah, that's actually a really good album. That really is. So this is your first performance here ever at an anime convention. What's your feeling getting the chance to play with such a unique crowd of people?
Oh man, I'm so pumped. Like, I've just been walking around, meeting people, asking people questions, kind of absorbing things. But I can tell already that this is going to be different. People are here for fun. People are here for the music. You know what I mean? Whereas like when you go to a bar or club, you pay cover and you're kind of like, I don't know, you feel entitled to hear like your song or whatever.
Yeah,
like
you paid for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you hear it in pop music, like, hey DJ, play my song. But I have a feeling it's not going to be like this. It's going to be like, people are here to have fun. People are here to listen to music, and it's just about the music. It's not about really anything else. And the anime, obviously.
Okay, so how do you feel about the? How do you feel this will be different from most of your universe? Like you said, at bars and clubs, like you said, people don't feel as entitled here as where at a bar they do. So, what would you say would be like a cool thing that you're going to probably give out tonight?
No requests. I'm really pumped about that. So yeah, usually like I'll get people will flash me their phone, or like, you know, I get people in my face, do you take requests? So I don't think there's going to be any of that tonight. So it's just kind of like, strap in, you're on a ride.
Alrighty.
I'm pumped for that.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. So the music world is very male-dominated, as we've discussed, and you're one of the very first females to actually really go out and above and go beyond the male crowd of people. What does that mean for you to be a woman leader for more DJs of color, women, LGBT, all that type of stuff? So what does that mean for you to be like one of those forefront people?
Yeah, I definitely am not. I don't think I'm the first, but I'm definitely one of the first, like, in my area. Like I said, I grew up never seeing a female DJ, and now I can see there's a couple of girls in my town who are in college who are kind of experimenting with it. So I can tell that just in my local area, kind of, I've already started to influence the scene. But as far as like female producers, like, name one. I can't think of any female producers, and so I think trying to, DJing and producing, I think they go hand in hand and is really important. So I'm kind of, I'm learning music production right now. I don't have a lot of people to ask about that, but I think it's gonna just make me even a better music producer because I'm having to dig and find those answers and get on YouTube and look up the tutorials and watch them once or twice or 3 times and make some shitty beats and then make them again. So but sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Okay.
But what was the original question?
You said that you feel great to be a woman leader in DJing.
I mean, yeah, and I mean it's like you see all these male DJ lineups. It's just like, and I've literally been told like I can't be on a lineup because it would be too gimmicky to have me because I'm a woman. And then I've had people ask me, well, why don't you just hide your gender, like not let it be known? Yeah, like, and I'm like, why would I do that? I'm proud of my gender. I'm proud to be who I am. So like I've gotten tons of that, but it's like every time I hear something like that, it's like I must be doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you're digging under people's skin.
I am, and so I mean, it's empowering. It feels good, and it's kind of like there's no rules because no one's done it yet. So like I don't have any rules. No one can really tell me like.
You have a wall and you're pushing it down.
Yeah, and I don't have. There's no Madonnas or Beyonce DJs. You don't see anyone like that. So it's really neat. It's really cool, and I think like. With this whole expansion of EDM and dance music, like
being more mainstream.
Within 10 years, I bet there's going to be some cool things happening as far as like female or people who identify as a female in the music industry, especially EDM.
I mean, like I said, that's wonderful. I mean, you're literally pushing down those walls. So again, we've discussed that. Your music has a wide range and played mainly between house and techno. What drew you to mostly these two styles to mainly produce in?
I like going back to Florida. Like that's kind of where I spent most of my time. Like that's what you heard on the radio. You heard Alice DJ and Vanga Boys, and like you heard stuff that was like kind of really fast tempo and hit hard and like and Prodigy. Like I love the Prodigy. So like that stuff, and it's all analog. It's not nothing, no MIDI, no anything. It's all analog. 808s, 909s, like drum machines. So I really love that sound, and I love that it's not perfect. You know what I mean? It's not super clean like a lot of
like a lot of the new stuff.
Yeah, you can just tell that like they just hooked up a MIDI keyboard and went boop 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 done. But I like the rawness of that sound, and that you find that a lot in techno and hard house and happy hardcore and kind of like the early 90s, late 90s stuff. So I don't know. There's just a lot of it just sounds genuine and authentic, and I think that's what really draws me to that genre, those genres.
I like that stuff too. I grew, like I said, late 90s guys. Yeah. So we talked about you being a producer. So how has that been impacting you? Like you said, you've been trying to learn more, produce more, and understand it from that angle as compared to just playing a set and just going out there making a list and just playing a set.
Yes. The learning curve is way different, and I think it's a lot steeper, and you don't get that instant gratification like you do with DJing, and I think that's why a lot of people nowadays kind of gravitate towards DJing because it's easy to go get a digital DJ controller, plug it in, play with your friends, play for your friends, and have them be like, oh my gosh, you get that instant gratification. Whereas music, I could be working on a track for 6 months or a year, release it, and have like 3 likes on SoundCloud. So like the gratification's not there. You have to work really hard for maybe little to no credit. So you really have to love the process of making something and like working on something, going back, erasing it, working on it again, maybe erasing it again. So it's like it's really different, but they definitely go hand in hand. And I'm really glad that I kind of started DJing first because it really helped me understand song structure and how like
the ups and downs of the tempo, beats, and
exactly, and so that has really helped. And what instruments are in a dance song? Hi-hat, snares, like you pick up on what instruments are in a dance song. So I really think that helped me as kind of making doing production a little maybe quicker than people who would have just started without DJing first, so, or being obsessed with dance music. So yeah, so you're like, oh, that, like, you can hear something like, oh, that's a 909, or that's like a 303 or whatever, but you hear what instruments are in these songs. Yeah, so it's really cool. But yeah, the learning curve way steeper. It's really different, but in the end, it's really cool to like hear something and be like, I made that, all of it. You know, and I made every sound out of like an analog. You know, I didn't find that online or sample something. Like, that's a sound that I made, I manipulated, and made a song out of it. So that's it's more rewarding
than just putting a set on.
Yes, playing other people's music, but I do both.
Alrighty. So, are there different challenges when you perform at just doing like small events versus these larger events? Like, what challenges would you say you have to overcome when you do those?
Oh man. Okay. So nerves. Like, I don't know if you can tell. I'm super nervous, but I'm really excited.
Good.
And then smaller shows, I guess, like, it's just, you have to get in your head a lot more because there's not as many people, and you have to, sometimes that can, what's the word? I don't know. Sometimes it can be harder to get through a smaller setting because you're like, why are people not showing up? What am I doing wrong? When it could be you're not doing anything wrong. It could be the bar didn't promote the event, or like it's the weather's terrible, like you have no control over that. So those like smaller events, it's sometimes it can be harder because you can do a lot of self-blaming, like, oh, I didn't bring enough people or whatever, when that's not the case. Whereas here, there's 20,000 people here. I'm nervous as hell, but I'm really excited. I practiced a lot. I prepared a lot for this, so I'm really pumped. So now I just hope I don't disappoint. That's the other thing. There's all these people, so I don't want to disappoint, but...
You know what? In all honesty, I don't think you're going to disappoint anyone, and we hope that you have a good set.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Alrighty. So, all right, you know, you mix fashion into your sets. Now that since we're here at an anime convention, is there any chance that you will have your own sense of fashion for this evening?
Yes. Okay, so actually that's what I went to school for at Indiana University. I got my degree in business and fashion, so that's something I've always been into, and that was like my career for a while. I was doing music merchandise, and then I got into music. So tonight, my boyfriend's really into that Splatoon game. There's a DJ in it named Marina who like I kind of look like oddly. So I'm gonna try and emulate her as much as I can. Cool. Like I said, I've never been to one of these before, so I might fail, but
don't worry,
I've already got my nails painted lime green, so that's what I'm going to do tonight.
Alrighty, so is there any way for fans to check out any current work you have and any current work or any projects you have on lockdown that you might want to start telling fans about?
Yeah, I'm super pumped. So you can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, DJ MADDØG True, TRUE, that's my real last name. So DJ MADDØG True, and then I'm going to be dropping a music video and a song at the same time. So it's a song that I've been working on for like 6 months, but I'm really, really happy with it. I made it, I mastered it all by myself. And then we have a video for it that I'm really, really proud of. So that's going to be dropping hopefully in a couple weeks. So that I'll be sending out like a countdown on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, all of that jazz here in a couple weeks. So that's what's coming up.
Alrighty, and now is there any message you would love to get out to the fans that have kept up with you, have been passionate for you, and have given you so much support?
Yes. Support your local female artists and musicians. They work their asses off for you. Support them, support them, support them.
Alrighty, thank you so much for coming out, and good luck tonight.
Yay, thank you.